Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're digging into a really compelling story.
Right.
The collapse of Cormorant's Rest. This wasn't your typical disaster, no plague, no invasion. This fishing village essentially, well, it consumed itself through perfectly rational choices. Our mission here is to unpack how that happens. How does logical self-interest lead a whole community to destroy the very thing keeping it alive? Let's set the scene. It's 2032. Elias, he's the village historian, 72 years old. He paints this picture, the fog. He said for decades it smelled like salt and promise. But by then, it smelled of silt and something stagnant, like decay. Quite a shift.
Yeah, it's a powerful image. And the trigger, interestingly, wasn't some grand villain. It was innovation born out of desperation, Jenna. She shows up 5 years earlier,
Yeah.
deep in debt, trying to live up to her father's name, And she has this boat, the Deep Sweep, high-tech sonar, super fine nets. She didn't really see the bay. She saw a grid of probabilities and yields. That's how Elias put it.
Probabilities and yields.
Yeah.
Wow. And her first catches, the records say they were legendary, right?
Mhm.
Overflowing nets.
Absolutely overflowing. And that immediately created this intense feeling, what we call perceived competitive pressure.
Right, because everyone else is struggling. Fuel costs are up, they've got loans,
Mm-hmm.
and here comes Jenna hauling in massive amounts.
Exactly. You can imagine seeing that day after day. It wasn't necessarily anger towards her. It was sheer panic about their own survival. So the system reacts. It's almost mechanical. They had to compete.
They had to get the same tech.
They had to. The sources show within just a year, 3 more deep sweep systems arrived, then 5 more. It stopped being about fishing sustainably. It just became this frantic race you couldn't opt out of.
And this is where it gets really interesting, I think. That technological leap, it forces this massive shift into short-term optimization. The whole conversation changes. Elias notes this too. Down at the docks, nobody's talking about, stewardship or where the fish spawn anymore.
No, it's all software updates and net efficiency. That's the new language. How do I get my edge right now?
And optimizing like that, it comes at a cost. What gets drained?
The most critical thing in any shared resource system, coordination and trust. Trust is like, well, it's the oil in the engine. When it's gone, things grind to a halt.
Oh.
Or, in this case, they start eating each other. Old fishing partners. Suddenly, fierce rivals. Secret spots that families guarded for generations. Plundered. Because my immediate need trumps our collective future.
That makes sense. Once collaboration basically costs you more than just going it alone, the whole cooperative structure just falls apart.
Precisely. The incentive structure is flipped on its head.
But hang on, these are smart people. Fishermen know their waters. Didn't they see the fish disappearing? Didn't that rational self-interest make them, pull back, collaborate?
That's the trap, the brutal logic of it. This is where the negative externalities come in. Remember Marcus, the young biologist?
Yeah, he was trying to warn them.
He was practically shouting, holding up shirts, showing the damage. Cratered seafloor, decimated juvenile population, stuff like that. Those are the costs, the external costs. Everyone pays for them eventually, but they don't show up on my individual balance sheet this week or this month.
So stopping means I lose out now, even if it saves us all later. But my neighbor, they might keep fishing.
Exactly. It's irrational to unilaterally disarm even when you see the cliff edge approaching. Stopping means financial ruin today for your family.
So the race just continues, even speeds up.
It intensifies. That's the race to the bottom. Catches get smaller, so the effort has to get more frantic, more desperate, more boats, more tech, chasing fewer fish. The ecosystem just couldn't take it. The bay went quiet. Elias writes about the seabirds vanishing, that collective long-term well-being. Traded away, actively traded piece by piece for just a little more short-term solvency.
And the ultimate tragedy, according to Elias, the depletion didn't ease the competition. It made it worse.
It completed the loop, made it even more vicious.
Jenna, the one who started it all with the deep sweep, she won, quote, only to find the finish line was a cliff. Deep in dead, bay empty.
Yeah. It's a stark lesson. The system, the structure they were caught in, it forced the community to literally eat itself alive. There's no single monster here, just rational people doing the only thing that seemed to make sense individually at the time.
It's chilling because it's not just a historical fable, is it?
Not at all. Think about it today. A company optimizing quarterly profits, that's short-term optimization by, say, cutting research or training. They're boosting this quarter's numbers, maybe, but they're draining the future potential, the coordination and trust, the innovation pipeline. Same mechanism.
So for you listening, what's the takeaway here?
It really makes you ask, doesn't it? When does optimizing for my success, even if it seems totally rational right now, end up destroying the very foundation, the resource, the team, the community that allows for success in the first place?
Right. So here's a final thought to chew on. In your own world, your job, your community, where might you be prioritizing those immediate wins? At the expense of that long-term trust or the health of the whole system? Are you sure your finish line isn't also a cliff? Something to think about.